Ladies and gentlemen, I truly have no explanation as to what happened today. Like, where do I even start with this game? I feel embarrassed. I'm ashamed to be a fan of this team. And it's only week one. And I questioned it on Friday in the preview that if you can't go out there and beat the Colts, how are we going to be labeled as a playoff team? And not only did we not go out there and beat the Colts, we got demolished, belt to ass, for 3 hours by the Indianapolis Colts. If you're Stephen Ross, you must be seething about this performance. Every facet of the game was horrible today. Offense, defense, special teams with that running into the punter. It's just absolutely sickening to watch. Like, how should I, seeing a game like today, how am I supposed to be confident going into next week? Yeah, the Patriots lost today to the Raiders, so we're both going into this game at 0-1. But are you coming out of today's game with any faith whatsoever outside of maybe Devon Achane? He's the only player that showed up to the team. He's the only player that came off the bus ready to go today. Only Devon Achane. And he's a dog. And his career is going to be his career is going to be wasted with this team. It's sad. It's really sad, but it's the truth. And I'll tell you what, man. If the Dolphins keep playing like this, we're going to have a top 5 draft pick in the 2026 NFL draft. We could be picking Drew Aller. We could be picking Garrett Nussmeier. Cade Klubnik. The Dolphins could be, I don't know. We could be screwed. And I guess the only positive coming out of today is that every other team in the AFC's lost. Okay? The Jets just lost to the Steelers. The Patriots lost to the Raiders. And we'll see if the Bills lose tonight to the Baltimore Ravens. But that's literally the only positive coming out of today. Let's talk about this team's preparation. Who the fuck prepared for this team? How did we prepare for this game? What did they do this week to prepare for the Indianapolis Colts? Seriously. What went on in the film room? What went on in practice that made the team prepared? Mike McDaniel didn't do shit to get this team ready. You look at all the ex-players talking shit about the Dolphins, and then them having coming out and playing good games. Jalen Ramsey with the game-winning tackle against the Jets. Jonnu Smith with a touchdown today. Ridiculous, man. You got these players clowning the team, and you prove them right. You are soft. You're not built for it. This team is not built from playing from behind. So when they went down 17-0 with 12 minutes to go in the second quarter, folks, the game was over. Whether you want to admit it or not, the game was freaking over at that point. And I hate being negative in the first game, but how can you sit there, watch this team play, and have confidence going into next week? We play our 3 division rivals these next 3 games. We play the Patriots, we play the Bills, and we play the Jets. If we don't go 2-2 in these next 3 games, Mike McDaniel is going to get fired. You cannot have this team suck and have him be the head coach of this football team. You can't wait any longer. I'm not saying fire him now. Seasons aren't made after week 1, but all I'm saying is, how can you watch this game today and have confidence going into future games? It's very hard for me. It's really very hard for me to have any sort of confidence right now in this team. And just going on Twitter, everybody on Twitter is saying the same thing about this team. Everybody is saying the same thing about this Dolphins team. Look what happened today. Our secondary is atrocious. We traded away Jalen Ramsey, and he just made the game-winning play for the Steelers. We have no offensive line depth because James Daniels got hurt 3 plays into the game. Torn pec. That's another thing, too. We're coming out of this game injured. Storm Duck, knee injury. James Daniels, torn pec. Is he going to be playing most of the season? We just signed him. Austin Jackson, toe injury, left the game. Benito Jones. Both our wide receivers got knocked down. It's just ugly all around, man. And if this is going to be the case, if this is going to be the way we play all season long, it's going to be a long fucking season, folks. So you better buckle up, strap in, because it is going to be absolutely miserable here on out if we are getting games like this every fucking Sunday. So we'll go over the stats, and then we'll go over this game like we usually do. I appreciate you brave soldiers for joining. It's been a rough week 1. It's feeling absolutely depressing being a fan of this team. It really is. It's absolutely depressing being a fan of this Dolphins team. Did you know that the Colts had a 11-year losing streak going into week 1, and it snapped today? Dolphins with Tua were 4-0 in week 1 games until today. Tua might have played his worst game of his career. Worst game of his career, possibly today, in week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts. So, let's go over these stats. This should be very fun. Tua Tagovailoa, 14 of 23, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That's not good enough, brother. That's not good enough. And everything he's done in his career for the Dolphins has not been good enough. And we'll talk about that later on in the season if we have to. Zach Wilson played today. He was 5 of 8, 32 passing yards. So total had 146 passing yards. Devon Achane, 7 carries for 55 yards. Team only ran the ball 12 times and had 78 yards on the ground. Tyreek Hill, 4 catches for 40 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches for 30 yards. Devon Achane, 3 catches, 20 yards, and the only touchdown today for the Dolphins. Then we had Tanner Conner and Malik Washington, 2 catches for 20 yards. It's not even worth going over the stats for the defensive side of the ball. It's just absolutely pathetic. Daniel Jones, 22 of 29, 272 yards, and 1 touchdown. We made this motherfucker look like prime Peyton Manning out on the field today. Untouchable. No pressure at all. RPO, bootleg, running the football. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, too, at the 1-yard line. 7 rushes for 26 yards was Daniel Jones. Jonathan Taylor was 18 rushes for 71 yards. The Colts ran the ball 40 times for 156 yards and got 2 touchdowns. Michael Pittman, 6 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Tyler Warren, 7 catches, 76 yards. Alec Pierce, 1 catch, 36 yards. And Jonathan Taylor, 3 catches for 27 yards. So, we will go over this game to the best of our abilities, we will try to get through this. And we'll start in the first quarter. The Colts started off with the ball. They went 9 plays, 62 yards. Daniel Jones to Tyler Warren for 14 yards. Just easy plays. Very easy plays on the pick and roll. Jack Jones was covering Michael Pittman on 3rd and 2 for an easy 14 yards. And they're just getting everything they wanted. Daniel Jones had all the time in the world. He could read a book. He could drink a cup of coffee. He could lay on a beach towel. And he could get up and just throw the football. Because he had a receiver wide open. It was fucking crazy how all day this guy had receivers open. So he hits Tyler Warren for 21 yards. And then they bend but don't break. Matthew Judon got a nice tackle on 3rd and goal. And the Colts take a 3-0 lead. Then the Dolphins. 5 plays, 30 yards. Devon Achane, 9 yards. They started on their own 45-yard line after a nice return from D. Eskridge. Tua to Tyreek Hill for 4 yards. Devon Achane, loss of 2. That's when James Daniels got injured. And then on 3rd and 8, Tua tried to go to Tyreek Hill, sailed way over his head, and Cam Bynum got the easy interception after short little Tyreek Hill. Tua threw it way over his head, and Cameron Bynum got the interception for the Colts. So now the Colts have the ball again. They go 14 plays, 84 yards, and they take up 8 minutes of game clock. 3rd and 3, Daniel Jones to Jonathan Taylor, who breaks a tackle for 6 yards. Daniel Jones to Josh Downs for 6 yards, and then Tyler Warren up the middle for 3. Jonathan Taylor gets a 13-yard run. Daniel Jones to Jonathan Taylor for 16 yards on 2nd and 9. Jonathan Taylor for 5 yards. Jonathan Taylor for 4 yards. It's just fucking crazy, man. Bradley Chubb got a sack on 1st down at the Colts 27, but that didn't mean anything. Because the first play in the second quarter, Michael Pittman running on right past Storm Duck. Storm Duck looks fucking confused as hell. He's expecting help over the top. Michael Pittman, easy touchdown. All on Storm Duck, expecting help over the top. Looked absolutely lost out there. He did get hurt, which sucks because we have absolutely no depth at all at corner, and we need him as much as possible. But again, he's inexperienced. He's not that good, and it's his first. He's cornerback 1 on this team, and that doesn't bode well at all for this secondary. So the Dolphins get the ball, and we get a 6-yard run from Devon Achane. And then we get pressure up the middle. Kenny Moore forces the fumble on Tua, just punches the ball out. And who picks up the fumble? Xavier Howard. Of course he did. Of course he picked up the fumble. Dolphins on defense now against the Colts. Daniel Jones to Adonai Mitchell for 18 yards. Daniel Jones to Mo Alley Cox for 20 yards. So right then and there, 2 plays, 38 yards. Easy for the Colts offense. They get a 1-yard touchdown after a QB sneak by Daniel Jones. Dolphins punt, 8 plays, 22 yards. Tanner Conner made a nice catch on 3rd and 9 at the Dolphins 36. So they're at midfield. Tua gets sacked, blindsided by the safety. No pickup at all. Just an easy blitz for the Colts defense. And then Tua to Malik Washington for a 9-yard screen. And then Tua gets sacked again. Again he gets sacked. He got sacked 3 times today against this Colts defense. The Colts then would take up 6 minutes of clock, okay? And we had them. 4 minutes to go. 3rd and 5. Daniel Jones to N.I. Mitchell for only 3 yards. So we gotta stop on defense. Running into the kicker. Running into the punter, by Matthew Judon. That falls on the coach. Discipline, not being disciplined in that situation. You can't run into the punter knowing that this is your first defensive stop of the whole game. You're already down 17-0. And then you run into the kicker, and guess what, folks? The Colts scored. They scored after that. So, Daniel Jones to Pittman for 11 yards. Daniel Jones to Pittman again for 14 yards. 3rd and 10, Daniel Jones to Tyler Warren, and then an easy first down on 4th and 2 to Josh Downs. Jonathan Taylor for 15 yards, and we held them at the end. Spencer Schrader, 35-yard field goal, and it's 20-0 Colts going into halftime. So that's where that was. And the Colts dominated in all aspects of that first half and the entire game. This was a complete belt-to-ass whipping the entire game. I don't even remember. They only had the ball for 21 minutes. They only had 211 yards on offense. The Colts ran 70 plays on offense. The Dolphins ran 46. The Colts had 418 yards. Absolutely inexcusable. Inexcusable right there, man. To allow 418 yards of offense to a Colts offense led by Daniel Jones. That's as bad as it gets. That's as bad as it gets right there. So let's go to the second half, shall we? Dolphins, they start off. They look like they're driving. 3rd and short, they do the right thing. They put Ollie Gordon in there. Ollie Gordon picks up the first down. Finally, some common sense. Jalen Waddle for a 6-yard catch. He landed on his shoulder. He got injured on the play. He came back in the game, though. And then, 3rd and 3. This was worse than the first. This interception, he threw it to a defensive lineman who was dropped back in coverage. Threw it right to him. So I stand up and I'm like, where the fuck is he throwing the football? He threw it right in the hands of Laiatu Latu. Literally right to him, bro. There's 4 Colts around the edge, around the zone, with just Malik Washington. Where are you going with the football, man? Why are you throwing it right there? It's fucking... I don't even know what to say, dude. The Colts get a field goal out of this. 7 plays, 48 yards. 3rd and 9, incomplete to Tyler Warren on the Dolphins' 10. And they pick up another easy field goal. Realistically, they kicked chip shot field goals all day. So this could have been, at this point in the game, it could have been 35-0 Colts. Instead, it was 23-0 Colts. Dolphins, turnover on downs. Jalen Waddle came back in the game. Tyreek Hill for 21 yards. Achane got a nice 15-yard run. And then incomplete, and on 4th down, that wasn't even... This is a play. It's plays like this where it's like you are handcuffed with Tua at quarterback almost, because he has such low mobility Like, he does not run. He cannot go out there and make a play for himself. He's got to follow the script, throw to where the receivers are, and he just can't go out there and make a play on his own. And that's why we have such a disadvantage to teams like Baltimore and the Chargers. You saw Justin Herbert the other night. 3rd and 14. Game on the line. You got the lead against the Chiefs. Made a play with his legs. Tua does not do that. He just doesn't. He doesn't do that at all. So, yeah, incomplete. There was pressure. Wasn't even the O-line's fault. It was just Tua holding on to the ball way too long. And then the Colts, 14 plays, 69 yards, another Daniel Jones touchdown. Dolphins go 9 plays, 65 yards. Malik Washington for 9 yards. Jalen Waddle for 16 yards. Here we go. It's 30-0, but Tyreek Hill was clearly in bounds. Mike McDaniel just refuses not to challenge, just standing there, lollygagging. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Seriously, we are not going to be taken serious with this guy as the head coach of this team at all. Tyreek dragged the second foot, but McDaniel doesn't challenge it. And then on the next play, Devon Achane busts out a 26-yard run. We get too many men on offense on 4th and goal. It's 4th and goal from the 11. And this play was all Devon Achane. It wasn't Tua. It wasn't great play calling from McDaniel. It's 4th and goal, and we're throwing screens behind the line of scrimmage. But luckily, Devon Achane is a hell of a football player. He's able to make that a touchdown. So, the Dolphins score. Julian Hill, 2-point conversion. The Colts kick a field goal. And that's your game. The Dolphins get embarrassed. 33-8. Opening week against the Colts. And you go into this game. How the fuck are we supposed to have confidence against the Patriots? I understand the Patriots lost to the Raiders, but folks, they didn't look as bad as the Dolphins did today. It's not ideal to... It's not ideal to look like this. They looked like the worst team in the fucking league today. I'm being dead ass with you. I'm not even joking. This team, if you made an argument that the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL, I would actually listen, sit down, and have a conversation with you about it, because it was freaking ugly. Ugly today. Every facet of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. And listen, I know, okay? I know that the season is not won in the first week. The season is not lost in the first week. But how the fuck do you sit there in the film room tomorrow and just move on from this shit? How? I don't know how you're just going to sit there and move on from a game like this. You're going to have to. You got to play again next week, but this was 2019 levels bad. And that team had no expectations, no talent whatsoever. So you know what? This was worse. This was worse. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to say it now because it's too early in the season. But if he keeps playing like this, if these are the games we're going to get from Tua all year long, he is not going to be the quarterback of this team next season. He's not. And he shouldn't earn the rights with this type of play to be the franchise quarterback. $53 million to go out there and turn the ball over 3 times first game of the season. 114 passing yards. It's not good enough for a season like this where we have big-time expectations. It's simply not good enough. And if this is what we get every week from Tua and the Dolphins offense, it's over. It is over. You will not see Mike McDaniel on that sideline past week 4. So we have 3 divisional games coming up against the Patriots, the Bills on Thursday night, and the Jets on Monday night. You better win 2 out of 3. That is my expectation. You got to win 2 out of these 3 games. And if you fail, I'm sorry, your season's cooked. Because with this schedule will not allow you to have a bad start and surge and win 6 out of 9, however many games like we did last year. It's not going to work that way, man. It's not going to work, I promise you. And you look at why we played today. If we're not better than the Colts, and we get out there and we get whipped like that, we have bottom of the barrel expectations. Who's going to expect this team to win? So that's all I got for today. We'll have new coverage next week when the Dolphins play the New England Patriots. We'll have a video tomorrow of if anything comes out with players who are healthy and like I got hurt today. We'll have a video for you tomorrow. We'll have After the Sun recap on Tuesday. Wednesday will be your Week 2 NFL predictions, and I'm going to AEW on Wednesday night in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena. Haven't decided if I'm going to do a vlog for that yet. I'm leaning towards yes, but if anything changes, I will let you guys know. And Friday, we'll have our preview for the Patriots Dolphins, and then Sunday is another post-act recap game. So, yes, we are going into this game against the Patriots. Both teams are going into the game 0-1, but who is going to have fucking... are you confident going into next week? I'm sure as hell not. So, I'm getting out of here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on the game. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter, Colin_Joseph, and TikTok as well, Colin_Joseph. And I'll see you tomorrow if we have any updates. So, have a good one. Stay safe, and as always, fins up no matter what, I guess.